Plasma products now available at store.keshefoundation.org. Plasma liquid hand soap, antiseptic, moisturizing for well-being. One Soul Plasma T-shirt, balanced chakras with ancient and plasma technology. Visit store.keshefoundation.org for these and other plasma products.
Are you ready for a cost-effective, successfully proven innovation in pain relief? You need wait no longer. Introducing the Keshe Pain Pad. Using plasma technology, which is based on magnetic gravitational field interaction, the Keshe Pain Pad emits plasma fields that penetrate up to 3 centimeters below the skin, helping to bring the body back to balance. The Keshe Pain Pad offers a natural way to relieve acute and chronic pain for both young and old. All you have to do is apply the pad on affected areas for 1 or 2 hours once or twice a day. It's made with adaptive elastics that can form organically and comfortably to the contours of your body. It has no moving parts or batteries. It's lightweight, durable, easy to wear, and easy to remove. The Keshe Pain Pad successfully reduces muscular pain, tendinitis, wrist pain, carpal tunnel syndrome, back pain, pain from sprains and strains, and knee pain, just to name a few. For a full list of relievable pains, consult the owner's manual or go to our website at www.keshefoundation.org. The Keshe Pain Pad, a cost-effective, successfully proven, natural way to relieve your pain.
Welcome, everyone. This is the Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute, public testimonials meeting for Monday, June 11th, 2018. This is the 19th International Testimonials meeting. Glad you're all here. We have Danny, Elizabeth, and myself, and Rick.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Flint. Hi.
Yes, hi.
Rick and everyone else. Great to see you all. We have a few beautiful testimonials. I'm looking forward to them. And I know we have Angelo here as well, but he needs another 20 minutes, he was saying, to get ready. So we'll see who would like to start. I know that we also have Andreas on our list. We have Jalal. We have Nicola. So, yes, let me know who's ready and who would like to start for us.
I'd just like to, my name's Rick, I'd like to add that it'd be nice, Mr. Keshe has advised that people with the testimonials, if they could modify the way they do their testimonials a bit and do it in the plasma journal type entry. In other words, and make it look more like a scientific experiment that can be entered into the Plasma Scientific Journal. It's called the Keshe Plasma Scientific Journal, which comes out as a monthly publication in the Plasma Times. And people can have their testimonial published that way as a scientific experiment, let's say, with the conditions and the conclusions and so on. And there's a website page in the Keshe Foundation that's set up for that in the support section of the Keshe Foundation on the main website. And maybe I should actually just bring it up here briefly so that people can have have a look at that. Let me see here. Let me bring up the website here briefly.
Yes, that's great, Rick. Thank you for reminding us there.
Okay, so this is the, I don't know if you can see that yet. Here we go. This should be the main website that you see here now from the keshefoundation.org. And if we go to the support center, well, I'll have to just share differently here in order for people to actually see it properly. Let's do the desktop. Okay, now when you click on the support center link, that goes to the Keshe Foundation Support Center. And one of the options in the support center is the Plasma Scientific Journal submissions. So if you click on that and click on the go, it takes you to the page of the FAQs, which is the frequently asked questions. And there's the top questions, and there's like how to submit. You fill out to have your work published, you'll need to provide the Keshe Foundation with the paper that you have written. Please fill out a Plasma Scientific Journal form. And when you look at the form, it's very basic. But what they want here is the link to your journal entry. In other words, you should put it up on a website or on a server somewhere where it can be accessed by people, and provide the Keshe Foundation with the link and a description and so on of the paper, but primarily the URL is required so that the Keshe Foundation doesn't store your paper on its servers, but it puts it into its journal. Okay, it's from your entry, from your link. Okay, so that's basically it. There's a couple of other questions, FAQ questions that are answered. People can look at just go to the support site of the Keshe Foundation Support Center, and then select that option for the Plasma Scientific Journal submissions. And you can find the information you need in order to submit in the proper format, which I should actually show that as well. Just figure it out how to get to that again here. Okay, here's what your data should look like. Basically, it'll have a title. Example, pain pad on knee pain. It'll be a subject. That'll be what you're documenting in a short description. For example, using a homemade pain pad for knee pain. Method, and this is where you describe what you used, different supplies or whatever, and the procedure and the usage. This is what you've done. I used the plastic bag with the paper towel, etc. Just a description. And observations, what happened, and the results. And that's basically it. And you can look through that outline in order to see the format that they like to see in this scientific paper. So that's basically it, just to let people know that that's the new format that Mr. Keshe would really like to see people put their testimonials in, so we have a clear record, and it can be part of this new Keshe Foundation Plasma Scientific Journal, which is kind of a fun idea. So there you go. Okay, back to you, Flint.
Thanks so much, Rick. Excellent. So who wants to start off with their first testimonial today?
Dan.
Pardon? Who was that?
It's Dan from Romania. If you
Yeah, go ahead.
can. I have a little video, set of picture. I don't have time for discharge from telephone, from phone. Can I share? It's about advice Mr. Keshe, he said, you can move without field of your aura, your hand. I learned him from Jalal.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead there.
Okay. Share with the photo. It's always difficult with phone. I don't know. Document box. Always forget how to share from my phone. I have the picture with your picture photo.
Yeah, within the
Okay.
Zoom app.
Okay. Just a moment. Okay, power photo picture. Perhaps it's better in this way. Okay. And now I send this from Zoom. Send. Oh dear. Let me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes, please.
Yes, no problem.
Okay, thanks.
Hello, Flint.
Constantine, was that you?
Yes.
Did you want to share something?
Hello, everyone. Yes. Can I
Hi,
share this? Can I share the screen? We have two reports.
What do you think, Flint? Should we wait for Dan?
Yes, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
reports and what?
Okay, go ahead then, Constantine.
I think Constantine was saying he's sharing his plasma oasis in agriculture and also a winner at first plasma prize. Is that correct?
Yes, I make the setup here. I try to. You can see the golden age of GANs?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Because I put the report on the posting.
Okay, can you see it on your, it's in your browser and you can see it?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, then you share that, click on that and share that. And if there's sound, make sure to turn on computer sound.
Yes, 1 moment.
And don't worry, everybody. It's been a day of technological challenges for every one of us. I don't know what's going on, but it's all right. We're all together in on this one, so no worries.
I hope to see the page. I don't know if you see. I can see my my sharing screen.
No, we don't see it.
If you can share or send us the link here, and I can share it for you.
Okay, go to the golden age of GANs. It's very easy. And I posting a few minutes, 5 minutes ago to reporting. And you can see the picture and all the details. Thank you.
Okay, I'm looking it up now. There we go. Almost there.
We should be having somebody singing and dancing during our little break, shouldn't we?
We are each other's sunshine. We are each other's sunshine.
You're great. I'll do the dancing.
Getting it already. Almost there.
Yes, fantastic.
One thing that came up in the managers meeting today is we're not supposed to show pictures of children.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this applies or not.
Okay, turn on the next report.
I don't think that that's a problem here, but
Constantine, are there any children in your video?
Yes, in the first picture, we want to announce we have a group, a study group in the one city in Romania, and he tried to making a contest with other children from many college and schools, and he have a first prize awarded for application of plasma with battery of magnetic and gravitational battery. And this guy is in the 5th class. I have like 9 years, and she take this prize. And this is the first report. And the second report is about plasma oasis. We have the same report like Tom Salas from in the Dominican island, but we don't have hurricane. We have a powerful wind and violent hail with hailstorms, and we conditioning the garden with GANs because we have in this region we have application, we have a laboratory, and the garden we don't have any hailstorms. The hailstorms are aggressive at 30 meters after our garden.
Excuse me, it's really difficult. I'm only catching about every other word here. Constantine, your connection is very poor on the audio. Could we get a better connection possibly so that people can understand what you're saying?
Yes, Rick, but my laptop is charging, and I come back when the laptop is charging more energy.
Okay, maybe that'll help. Yeah, it seems like you don't have the bandwidth or something there. It's really garbled and hard to hear. Perhaps if you use a microphone, it would help as well.
Okay, we'll share it. Well, I'll wait to share till he's back.
I think we can share these pictures. Okay, there is like a group shot. It has some children and so on. But I think under the circumstance, I mean, It's a child's award for working with the plasma technology. I don't think we should ignore that. So it seems pretty nice thing.
Okay, when he's ready, you can go ahead there, share it then, Rick.
Sorry, you want me to share from the Facebook? Is that what you're saying, Flint?
Yeah, since you got it pulled up there, you can go ahead and do that when he's ready.
Okay, let me see.
He had another post there with plants in a hailstorm, so.
Is that what he wanted to? Is that what he was talking about then? Not this one, or both of them?
Maybe both.
And he is waiting for his laptop to be totally powered up again. So maybe we need to move on to somebody else and then come back later. I'm not sure, but.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah.
He said it'd be a few minutes for his phone to recharge or whatever.
Is Don ready then? I think
Yeah,
Don was preparing something.
Yeah.
See a video there. We see your we see your Zoom screen there, Dan, from your camera.
I try to open this photo, this react.
Well, you can send me the photo here, and then or one of us the photo, and we'll show it for you.
Okay, it's yes, from Flint. Okay. Okay.
Send it
Yes.
to the red shirt picture in Zoom.
Again, I would put the plug in for people to upload their testimonials to a website somewhere or a server. There's lots of free servers that will store your project or whatever, your plasmatic journal entry in the cloud, and then you just have to supply a link, and then we can go to that link and broadcast it anytime we wish for showing it to people. And that'd be a great example now where people don't have to go into their phone or their computer and try to set it up and so on. It can already be pre-done, and just provide the link, and then we can all look at it together.
Okay, I see Angelo is ready now to go for us until everybody else is ready. Should we start with Angelo then?
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm ready, preparing the videos and the pictures. My name is Angelo. I'm from Romania, as some of you know. And today I'm talking on behalf of my colleagues from researchers from Romanian Keshe team. And we want to go further with some testimonials, including some MAGRAF plasma devices in health applications, in energy balancing. We did after a month ago. In the last testimonials, we presented one of these devices and some interactions and some measurements did with this device. Today, we have another device, which is created and constructed by one of our colleagues, János Baba. And also, in the same way, we have some pictures. We have some very short videos about the processing, and some data sheets with measurements before and after processing with one of our prospects, one of our colleagues from the Romanian team. So first of all, I want to show some pictures about the device, if it's okay.
That's great, Angelo. Thank you.
Mainly, this is a dynamic plasma device, something similar to Dr. Rodrigo's device he presented to us. This is one of the views from another angle. Again, another angle. And again, a little bit higher. So mainly this is a device with rotating plasma balls, GaNs balls, 6 reactors in a specific formation. And the prospect have to sit on the chair for a specific time, and of course, with a specific intention. And after then, we can measure some improvements or not. But in our cases, there were every time improvements. So I will share another pictures. So this is the same device, but other pictures. You can see the device is looking in this way. And we have here all the reactors. So the first one is the reactor from the rear. You can see it is CO2 with zinc oxide. Then we have the reactor from the right side with, again, CO2 and zinc oxide. The reactor from the left side, again, CO2 with zinc oxide. The reactor from the top, it means above the head of the prospect, is just zinc oxide. This is actually the top reactor, the highest reactor. It is CO2 with some gold GaNs. And the bottom reactor is CH3 with some gold GaNs. So these are the setup of the rotating reactors. These reactors are speed controlled, so we can control the speed of the rotation of these reactors. And now, if my colleague can, I saw him in the list. Maybe because he's the creator, he will give us some description, some ideas of the intention and of the building of this device. He will do this in Romanian language, and I try to translate this in English if this is okay. So please, Janos, if you hear me and you can open your mic and just say something, and I will translate. Okay, thanks.
Okay, Angelo, thanks. Hello, everybody. I don't think very good English, but Angelo translate for you. Ce am vrut să fac aici este, conform tehnologiei pe care ne-a predat-o domnul Keshe, să acționez asupra corpului fizic.
Hai să și traduc, uit după aia ideea. So our colleague said that what his intent was with this device is to reproduce the knowledge of Mr. Keshe and acting about the physical body of the human.
Am făcut două tetraedre.
There are two tetraeders.
Unul cu vârful în sus, unul cu vârful în jos.
One of them is oriented upside, and one of the tetraeders are oriented downside.
Cu o distanță între bilele rotitoare de 90 de centimetri.
With the distance between the reactors of 90 centimeters.
Și reactorul de sus undeva la 25 de centimetri față de ultima bilă de sus.
And the highest reactor is situated about 25 centimeters from the reactor above. Beside. From the reactor here, you can see my mouse probably. Okay.
Intenția mea a fost să acționez cu tetraedrul de sus undeva mai sus, Angelo. Să acționez la nivelul părții superioare a corpului.
My intention was with this rotating reactor from the top to influence the higher energy fields of the body.
Astfel încât să trag energiile în sus prin corpul ființei umane respective.
With the intentions to pull on the upside the energies of the human body.
Tetraedrul cu vârful în sus.
The tetraeder with the upside tetraeder
va acționa la nivelul părții superioare a corpului fizic.
Has to take action on the highest level of the physical body, of the energies of the physical body.
Astfel încât capul pacientului sau al persoanei care stă în acest dispozitiv să fie situat undeva aproximativ în zona centrală a tetraedrului.
So that the head of the prospect, of the patient, have to be somewhere in the middle of this tetrahedron.
În acest fel, acționând undeva la nivelul sufletului, practic, nu doar a corpului fizic.
So in this case, he tried to make the action somewhere on the soul level of the patient, not on the physicality level.
în acest fel ridicând nivelul energetic sau vibrațional al ființei și al sufletului.
Trying to raise the energy level on the soul level of the patient.
Cu ajutorul gansurilor din tetraedrul superior.
With the help of the GANS mixtures from the upper side of this tetrahedron.
De asemenea, pacientul va fi așezat în așa fel încât să fie cu coloana vertebrală perfect aliniată cu cele 3 reactoare pe verticală.
And also the patient has to sit on the chair in the manner that his backbone is centered on the vertical column of the 3 reactors.
Gândirea mea a fost că în acest fel voi acționa la nivelul corpului subtil al ființei respective, inclusiv asupra chakrelor, asupra centrilor de forță.
And the intent was to interact with the subtle part of the body, with the chakras of the human body.
Iar acestea realiniate, practic, și reechilibrate, vor acționa la nivelul lor în următoarea etapă asupra corpului fizic, astfel încât se va produce o reechilibrare a ființei respective.
And of course, after the realignment of the chakras, on the energy level of these chakras, normally it has to be in the future an energy balance, rebalance of the whole body physicality.
Tetraedrul cu vârful în jos, practic, este format din aceleași reactoare rotative de la nivelul pieptului și cu cel aflat la bază, care este cu CH3 și aur.
The other tetrahedron, this is turned upside down, is on the level, the 3 base reactors, you can see here, is on the level of the piept. I don't know exactly. On the level of the arms are these 3 reactors on the chest. Yes, thank you. And the fourth,
cu CH3, cel de jos și aur.
And the 4th reactor is this from down, from the floor, is with the CH3 and the gold.
Precizarea mea este în continuare că fiecare reactor are câte o picătură din celelalte reactoare.
And of course, every reactor has one drop of the other reactors to make a link.
În acest fel, reactorul cu vârful în jos, intenția mea a fost să aducă energie. CH3 acționând la nivel energetic, voiam să aduc energie la nivelul corpului ființei respective.
And in this tetrahedron of the base level, the intent was to bring energy from the CH3 GANs and the gold GANs into the physical body of the patient.
Conexiunea mea pe care am făcut-o cu gansul de aur pe care l-am pus și în reactorul de bază și în reactorul de sus. Please, Angelo.
Poftim?
Continuă, zi.
The intention with the mixing of the 2 reactors, that means the upper reactor and the base reactor, both of them have some gold GANs.
Pentru că am înțeles că gansul de aur are și particule de aur monoatomic.
So these 2 reactors have to link up, the base one and the upper one, and because of my understanding of the gold GANs, normally it may have some monoatomic gold in the structure.
Iar știm că aurul monoatomic este folosit, a fost folosit din vechime pentru inclusiv pentru reenergizare, reîntinerire.
Then we know that from all times, the monatomic gold, the energy of the monatomic gold was used for rejuvenation, for rejuvenation of the human body.
De asemenea, revin acum la tetraedrul cu vârful în sus, reactorul cu zinc oxid. Am considerat că în conexiune cu reactoarele de CO2 și zinc vor reechilibra inclusiv la nivelul capului energiile mentale ale ființei respective.
And if we come back to the tetrahedron of the upper side, it is the link between the reactor with CO2 and zinc oxide in conjunction with the other three reactors with CO2. They have to rebalance the emotional energy on the head side of the prospect.
Iar acestea, fiind și ele reechilibrate, vor ajuta foarte mult ființa umană să se reechilibreze pe toate nivelele ei.
And of course, normally it has to bring an rebalancing of the whole body of the prospect.
Turația la care am folosit-o a fost undeva 700-800 de rotații pe minut.
The speed of the rotation of these reactors was about 700 to 800 RPM.
Pentru toate reactoarele.
For all the reactors.
Încercând în acest fel să reechilibrez corpul cu o turație cât mai mică.
Trying to rebalance the human body with a slow RPM.
Din constatările ulterioare am văzut că se poate folosi și o turație mai mică de atât.
After our measurements, we can say that this device can operate with much slower RPMs than 7 to 800. It is effective also.
Dar contează de asemenea și expunerea în timp la acest dispozitiv.
But of course, the exposure time to rebalancing the body is also a criteria and is a measurable thing.
Cam atât ar fi, după care am folosit, adică practic să prezentăm experimentul pe care l-am făcut la Bran cu colegii, inclusiv cu Virgil, și să arătăm filmulețul respectiv, dacă se poate. Dacă sunt întrebări.
So mainly this is the description and the purpose of this device. And after this, we can present some very short videos with some prospects interacting with this device. And after then, of course, the data sheets with the measurements.
Angelo, te aud.
But also, before we can go further, if somebody have questions.
Yes, Angelo, there was a question here in the chat. Somebody was asking if you have amino acid in there.
You have.
I didn't understand you exactly. Please, if you can repeat the question.
Yes, sorry. Can you hear me now, Angelo?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Somebody in the chat was asking if there are amino acids in the reactor balls.
Ai folosit și aminoacizi în aceste reactoare. Janusz?
N-am înțeles întrebarea.
Dacă ai folosit și aminoacizi în aceste reactoare.
Da, aminocidul fiecărui gans pe care l-am folosit. Deci CO2 și zinc și CH3 și foarte puțin din aur, pentru că am avut puțin.
Yes, all the reactors contain all the amino acids of the gases used.
Great, thank you. Anyone else having questions there? No, it doesn't look like that. Thank you very much, Angelo.
Hello, everyone. This is Marius from Romania, and I was with my colleagues, and most of us are here present with us. I was present. As I was saying, when we experimented that device that Angelo and Janusz Baba showed us before. At that time, I had problems with my neck. I had little pain, and I was coughing. And as described, I had to sit into that chair with my straight spine and try to focus my intention on what body part I wanted. So at first, I started to feel the fields. There was a pretty intense feeling in my whole body, and I tried to get used to it, and then tried to focus all the energy from the spinning reactors to one part of my body. So it was my throat because I was coughing, and in the next day I didn't cough at all. So for me it worked perfectly, and there was no need for another gadget or something to prove that it worked. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you, Marius, for adding that. And thank you, everyone from the Romanian community for working on that device. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. So I prepared the videos, if we can go further.
Yes, sure.
So mainly we have two very short videos about two prospects interacting with this device. And in the same time, another colleague of us made some measurements with a device, magnetic field detector, not an electromagnetic, just a magnetic field detector, and two prospects with very different results at the time of processing. So I will show you.
Da sempre aveva scăzut ritmul. Înainte, la prima ta, așa a fost. Și a zis, băi, vezi că ai probleme, ai grijă, ce faci. A trecut până aici. La cât timp au făcut?
So this is the one of the prospects. As you can see, this magnetic field detector has measured the magnetic field on the whole body with some different intensity, of course, because this device has also an LCD screen, and you can present it in digital mode, the field strength. Of course, every prospect have different measurements with much more or much less results, but in an interesting way. Just a moment. So the other video I selected is myself, I think, yes. And in my case, this field detector detects no fields on me. It is a very interesting measurement with interesting questions, but we don't have at this time answers for that. So I will present it, and you can see when the device is on my body, no magnetic fields are present.
It was like taking a candy for a child, let's say. S-a dus deci gata, s-a încheiat tot. Ia uite aici.
Nu intra pe pământ, pe încheietură.
Acolo a avut...
Nu, n-a avut. A încercat și n-a avut deloc pe partea stângă la încheietură. Numai singurul punct a fost la cod, deasupra codului, la partea dreaptă.
Acolo intervine...
Un singur punct, atât. Deci o fulfuire. În rest, nimic, totul zero.
Nu, ai la reactor.
Please number the pain, and then she goes, says, for example, 9, and she says that in less than a minute she will say 8, and so on, 6, 4, 5, and then she stops there. I love this, guys.
Zero nu poți. Și zero? Uite aici, zero.
Și acolo la cod avea, înainte, mică. La prima oră, a doua oră, deja nu mai. E tot un zero.
Zero it, guys, zero it. It had been a maximum of 4 minutes and 29 seconds with the fragmented energy inside the room. It was like moving out the field, and all felt that reported this energy. We have such a good energy, so just remember that. So they were able to play with the reactors, and then.
Yes. So these were the 2 short videos in a very interesting mode. I have not interacted with these fields. You can see the magnetic fields around the reactors are measurable, but on my body was 0. I don't know exactly what this means. I have absolutely no interaction with the devices, or I absorbed all the fields, or I don't know. But these are 2 interesting short videos. Maybe if you have questions, and after then we can go further with the data sheets from another colleague of us, where the results are interpreted in measurement.
Thank you very much, Angelo. Do we have more questions for Angelo here?
So if not,
I have a question.
Of field, not all field, of detecting of field when you measure from your body.
Can you repeat?
To measurement with detector, tension detector, voltage detector, and magnet detector.
Yes. In the second video was SIBO that we used also an electromagnetic field detector and also a magnetic field detector.
Okay, I think, is your question answered that, Dan?
I have a question for Angelo.
Yes.
Is your arm of your reactors adjustable, or is already set in one position?
I think they are not adjustable, but the creator of the device can surely answer your question. So, Janos, can you hear us? Sunt reglabile înălțimile sau distanțele la partea de brațe sau nu?
N-am înțeles, mă repezi, te rog.
Dacă brațele, cele la nivelul pieptului, sunt reglabile sau sunt fixe?
Sunt reglabile, da, da.
Yes, they can be adjusted.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. We have another question here from our Facebook viewers. And the question is from Mohammed. He's asking if GANS is effective for diabetes. So would you be able to say something about that? I think he's referring to your health unit there.
I am not able to answer these questions. Maybe Janos did some interaction with some prospects with this kind of disease. I don't know. Janos, știi cumva sau ai avut printre prospecți care ai lucrat oameni care suferă de diabet și dacă da, atunci dacă au existat îmbunătățiri sau nu?
Nu am folosit dispozitivul ăsta pentru persoane care au avut diabet. Am folosit pentru persoane care au avut cancer și pentru fiica mea care a fost însărcinată și a născut. În rest, nu am folosit decât mai mult pentru meditații și l-am folosit eu personal.
Mulțumesc. So at that time, this device was not used for processing diabetes, so we have no data about it. This device was mainly used for some cancer diseases, problems, and used on the child of Janos, who was pregnant at that time, and for meditations mainly at this time. But probably in the future we will go further with these investigations and build a database.
I have a question I'd like to ask, if I may, Angelo.
Yes.
This is Libby. I noticed in your videos, it's always a lot of people, a lot of energy of different people around. Have you done tests where it's a more controlled environment, since we're, at least I think we're aware now, how each observer may have an effect on the experiment being run? And have you taken that into consideration when you do your experiments? As in, is there an area where you could maybe isolate the person from maybe there seems like always a lot of people around, and maybe that doesn't have an effect, but I'm wondering if it might. What do you think?
Yes, of course, you are right. These videos were made a day before we take the measurements, and on the day we take the measurements and we did the experiments with our medical team. It was somehow some kind isolated, but of course this was also the observation of the therapist that in this area we had a lot of plasma devices and a lot of people, and everything is interacting with everything. So mainly they are not the best measurements that we did at that time, but we learned from it, and in the future we will do these tests and these measurements in some better controlled areas. And yes, you know, we learn from each experience. So yes, you have right. And I consider that it is important how many people, what kind of people, what intentions, and what kind of plasma devices are in the area. So yes, of course.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And these are very exciting experiments. That's why I think, wow, are people's excitement affecting the fields too? Because for me, I know I'd be so excited to watch this. So thank you for what you're doing.
We thank you for everybody who's attended, and yes, it was a pretty big excitement in the room, in the whole area. Yes, so I want to further just present some data sheets, not very much and not very complicated. Of course, we will upload this data sheets to the link that Rick presented to us. Thank you, Rick. And of course, we are going further with another type of measuring devices, because after my interaction with Mr. Keshe on Thursday, it was clearly for us that this kind of device is not this kind of measurement device we used there is not a very, let's say, reliable measurement device. But also this therapist and other therapists which we have contact with them have a lot of, let's say, accredited devices, medical devices to measurement devices. So the next processings and the next experiments will be done in a much more professional way. At that time, we had just this, and I can, at this time, I can present just this kind of results, if it's okay for you. So here we have one of our colleagues who was processed about 15 minutes in this device. And on the left side, you can see the chakras, the alignment of them, and let's say the merimia, the size of them. On the right side are the chakras after this 15 minutes of interacting with this device. We can read the result. The alignment was about 90% before processing. It was a quite good alignment at that time. And the energy index was 85%. After processing, the alignment raises up to 91%, and with an energy index of 96%. So it's a big difference in a very short time. Also, in this chart, you cannot see, but with the software, with the visualization software, if we click on each chakra, they give us a lot of data of each chakra. And in a very interesting way, but I cannot present this now because I have to be online with the software, and it's not possible from here. The very interesting observation was that some of the chakras, this blue one, for example, has an opening, an energy opening. I don't know how to explain this, but who are much more reliable in this kind of readings. So the openings of the chakras were very big. So in this case, you can see this blue one from here, the yellow one, and the orange one. These three chakras opened up about to 105 to 130%. It's a very, very big opening. This was also one of the, let's say, questions, one of the maybe attentions from our therapist. He said maybe it is a little bit too much in a very short time, so we don't know exactly if this is very benefic or not. But in this case, it was a very big difference in a very short time. So from here, we made the conclusion that we have to try to operate this kind of device in a much slower rotation, RPMs per minute, and also maybe shortening the interaction time with the prospect. So this is the next chart. The orange one is the measurement before interacting, and the blue one is the measurement after interacting with this device. As you can see, the emotional pressure dropped from 2.8 to 2.6. That means the prospect has calmed down, is much more relaxed. Also, you can see by every measurement we have also this chart of relating. So you can see here it's calm, optimal, anxiety, stress, heightened, or high. So these results are noticeable and are good. In the energy level of the body, it's also an improvement. Before processing, the energy was about 65, and after processing is about 70. The energy balance between the left and the right side of the human body was also improved from 97.82, that means from 98, has improved to 99. It is an improvement, but also the first measurement was also very good. So this was a healthy prospect, I can say this. In the organ balance, we see a little bit of debalancing after the processing, but also not too much, and also in a very optimal level. So the organ balance dropped from 92.6 to 91.2. Not a big difference, but also it may be the cause of this realigning and rebalancing of the chakras. We don't know exactly. Also, we know of description of Mr. Keshe that these measurements are not the best measurements and not the very reliable measurements. But in the future, we will have much more reliable measurements in a controlled area, and we have to pick up some prospects with some diseases, with all the data sheets from the historic of these patients, and we will work on this. And hopefully, with the help of Dr. Klaus and the medical team, the global medical team, we can here from Romania add and help to build these databases to go a step further, and try to accomplish this paperwork for some devices. Okay. Yes, I think this was. Yes. this was what I wanted to share with you. If you have some questions, I'm here to answer them.
Your group has done a lot of research there. Wonderful work, Angelo. Thank you, all involved there. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for listening to us, and thank you for all the support, and thank you, Mr. Keshe, because everything is coming from him and coming from this beautiful family, this beautiful group of knowledge seekers and devoted persons with a big heart and nice and beautiful souls. And we just can hope to be a part of this whole structure to build this a peaceful future for us and for our children, of course. So thank you very much, and of course we will come back in the next testimonials with some news, some new measurements. I don't know, but we are working on this. So thank you, everybody.
Darryl, I just want, Angela, sorry, just wanted to add how excited I was to see the heart chakra became perfectly aligned. It was like, wow. So that must have been an interesting factor involved too, that the heart could go into perfect alignment.
Yes, this was an observation. We did about 15 to 16 measurements on 15 to 16 prospects with different plasma maggraph devices. And in an interesting way, much than 80% of the prospects had a very good improvement on the heart chakra, also in alignment, but also in the energy opening. So this was one of our observations. Yeah, thank you for saying this.
I too want to thank the Romanian team. You really are an incredible group. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, and we're looking forward to hear more from you next time. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Sorry, was I interrupting someone there?
No, you're
Flint,
good.
what would you suggest who we go next with? I know you have some videos there lined up, but
Either one. We can go with the videos, or we can go with Konstantin Barbu. Let's go that one. Let's do this one here.
Hello. I tried to charge my laptop. Can you hear me?
You're pretty choppy.
I think you had dance videos lined up.
While Konstantin was talking here, I have his post up here.
It sounds like bubbling through water. There is a poor connection.
Great.
Well, we can certainly read it here. You can go ahead there if you want to, Danny.
Okay, so it says Barbu Konstantin shared a post to the group Golden Age of GANs. Magnetic Gravitational System in Agriculture. Reported date 9th of the 6th Plasma Studies Group, Honduras. Yeah, I'm breaking up. Okay.
I can continue reading.
Please continue.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, just start over there.
Okay, so this is the report that Barbu Konstantin chaired, and it was dated, I guess, September 6, or is that June 6, 2018, from GMB, from the Plasma Studies Group in Hunedoara Petrila Laboratory.
June 9th.
June 9th, thank you. While I was at a meeting of plasma researchers organized by the Keshe Romania Association in Brega Diru, please forgive my pronunciation, I was called by a family member who started to report to the audience present at the meeting that Hunidora County was under yellow storm and flood code, and in the city of Petrila started a violent hail with hailstorms. The experience of the storm was a memorable one because the surface where the house is found, the plasma and garden lab that was covered with GANs, was bypassed by massive hailstorms that ravaged the gardens of neighbors at a distance of 30 meters. We mentioned that the photos of the garden and the devastated gardens of the neighbors were made on Monday, June 11th, 2018. This experience validates another result recorded by Tom Salas in November 2017 after filming his mother's garden a few days after Hurricane Maria crossed the island of Dominica. Thanks, Mr. Keshe. And you have the video for this, Flint?
Well, the video showed here is Tom Salas's video.
Oh, okay. I thought
this
that
is
he
just Tom Salas's video. What I have here are pictures.
Oh, perfect.
So this is what pictures he posted in. You can see the holes from the hail, I guess, is what he's circling here. Can you give us some annotation here, Dan?
This is Constantine, I believe.
Constantine Barbu, sorry.
Yep.
Keep getting that mixed up.
Yes, this experience was live. You can hear me?
Unfortunately, it's very hard. You're still breaking up a little bit. So I'll ask you a question and maybe you can confirm with a yes. So are those holes that we're seeing in the leaves created from the hail hitting them? Most likely. Is that a yes, Constantine? Oh, I think we may have lost Constantine. Okay, it's been that kind of
click
day.
once for yes, click twice for no.
Are there more pictures? Flint?
Maybe you can.
You flashed the hand raising.
Oh, yeah.
If you raise your hand, that indicates a yes. You could also just put something in the chat to describe it, perhaps.
Yeah. So I'm trying to determine the difference between the left and the right, before and after.
I'm thinking, well, the one on the left is the gardens next to him, and then the other one is the garden that wasn't affected, because those clearly on the right were not damaged in any way, and the ones on the left appear from my eyes to be quite damaged.
Yeah, labeling little holes, like from, I guess the hail has gone right through them. That's what it appears to be.
Some labeling of the photos would be very, very useful. So we see pictures, but we don't know where from other pictures. What does it represent that from left? What does it represent that from the right?
If I'm reading, although I don't read Romanian, but just the way it's written, I would say that
it's written plasma shield in Hunedoara Petrila.
And then the plasma dome in Romania. So that's why I'm thinking the one on the right is what the plasma dome in Romania.
Yes, we are thinking, but it would be nicer to get a clear indication.
Yes, it would be. Thank you.
Yeah. And this is just a straight copy paste from the Facebook post, so I could enlarge it and make it look nicer. So there's no indication in the Facebook post of what the pictures are either.
So probably it was a lot of work to make these beautiful collages of photos. Now it would be nice to type 2 words on each picture. Picture from my garden, picture from neighbor's garden, or whatever.
Yes, good point. All of this would be nice to have on a server somewhere, like on the cloud, so that it could be a link It could even be on Facebook as far as the link goes that way too, as long as the information was all there. That made it appear to be more of a scientific evaluation rather than just a conversation or whatever. It can be
So I did
more of a scientific format. That'd be nice.
Yeah, you just mentioned the photos of the garden and the devastated were made on Monday, June 11th. So you should say they're the same day, shot the same day.
Yeah, we have some information that way. His connection, he says bad connection, and he's dropped out apparently. So I'm assuming that he's trying to reconnect with a better connection. So we'll see if we get him back in a couple of minutes here.
Okay. Well, we can certainly, I'll bring it back when she comes back. Hopefully you'll have a better connection.
And we all learn how we create good videos. So this is, when we see this and share our work together, we realize where we can make improvements. So in that way, we've gained a lot of knowledge just from watching this. So did you want to move on to, is it Dan that's next? Is that what we decided? I know that Danny's internet connections are not stable right now either. So just add to the melee.
Okay, one moment here.
Ask me if I'm grateful to have both you and Rick here today. Very grateful.
Okay. So Dan, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, you want to give us what this first video is going to be of, or do you want to talk through the video, or go what?
It's it's today. A few, let's say, 1 hour ago, I make this video. It's for difference of I'm training. I'm work or playing with this coil. When you interact with hands or only with thoughts, when I'm approach or when it's 1 hour ago, it's with slow motion, or how to say, frame or frame. No, it's not video.
Time lapse.
Okay.
It's sped up. Yeah, it's time lapse.
It's for seeing difference way how to move this coil. I'm sorry because it's not seeing all the picture. No, stay in my bed in front of my computer after looking one I thinking or one when
yeah, the link you sent me it's a huge video. It's like, I don't know why it's so big.
This is big. No, it's another big.
It doesn't want to shrink down.
Yes. And another training I have for the example 21 second frame or another in video.
The YouTube one here, this one?
Yes, I'm posting in YouTube because in Facebook it's too big size.
Yeah, YouTube's better. Or don't record your videos in 4K resolution. Just use high def, HD. So this one here is another time lapse. looking up at the ceiling, and it's the coil's hanging down from the ceiling?
Yes, and phone it's in the bottom.
Okay, I'll try to replay that a little bit. Or I can go to the next one.
This is have an extra coil. I put in another little stacker coil hanging from initial coil.
So this is a 36-second video. How many minutes have gone by here? You know, because this is still time lapse. So how many minutes is this encompassing?
I don't measure what is time.
Because it's not spinning that fast in real life.
No, it's fast because it's picture, but it's interesting way how to move. No, what degrees, uh, how faster it's moving. In 1 minute it's slow when I look in, or when I stay focused in this, it's moving much faster.
You know, this looks like it's moving a lot slower over this time lapse.
Yes, because I leave the room, no, for seeing how to what.
I think there might have been an open mic there.
I put different for seeing improvement or not, no, from each other, from one another. The distance about 1 meter from my head with this coil. This is in real time, I think, no? Yes.
Yeah, this is the real time one. It's 3 minutes long, 3.5 minutes.
You chose what video you think is appropriate?
This is the nano-coated coil hanging from your ceiling, yeah?
Yes.
And you're just holding the camera, so that's what the movement is indicating.
Yes, I from a heartbeat, no? When I try to steal, taking hold, but when my heart is beating, this reflex, no, moving camera. It's also for counting my heartbeat, not only for one guy that I say, why don't you use stick selfie or another for holding. Sometimes it's rotate faster, another time it's stopping. It's different when it I don't think in and I don't look, and for short time looking it's hold. It's not moving, and another moment it's no spinning. it's moving fast. Depend of, I think, my how to feel, I how I feeling. And Mr. Keshe say you can move without hands, without interaction of your aura. For this purpose, I put in this video.
Okay. I'll go see if I can get this to load better. Here we go.
I use the smoke for seeing it's not interact with. You see how to move when I looking.
Wow, pretty cool. Anybody have any questions?
So what was your feelings about when you looked at it, it moved more, and then when you weren't in the room, right? Or when you weren't paying attention?
Yes, well, it's like my baby. Uh,
Of
I
course, I understand your
see,
creation.
no, I try to see after and behind, no, visualization with perfect vision for seeing field in turn of coil, and another time when I looking, I thinking turn to left, turn to right, to speed away or hold. It's for no, I want when I put closer to hands, it's for seeing difference uh, with my mind or with my field hands. No? When I look in computer and non thinking, mm, no, this is my piece of zinc. I really,
That little piece of material that we saw by your feet was zinc.
yes.
That's, I think, a video you just went through very fast, Flint.
Yes,
It
it's
was a very...
I retrieve, I found in my piece of zinc.
Okay.
This one?
I believe so.
Oh, that's the ceiling one.
No. There's one little there, that one. Oops, go back. Oh, I know. Oh, well. And again, this teaches us what works, how we can start to show what we're experimenting with. It's there it was, but that's okay.
Yeah, this is like.
So, you know, and again, we're learning. We're all learning what works, what doesn't work, and what we're getting back from it in because it's our experiment. And as you said, it's your baby, it's your creation. And the more we realize we are creators, and they have souls, it gets very exciting. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Pleasure.
I would like to add something.
Yes, Gerard.
Thank you. Everything is working. Every field you have is generated by your emotion. So every emotion you need to concentrate in this experiment. You go through all the emotions, each one, and record it. And you will see so many differences between all the emotions what you have. Even if you are hungry, if you are thirsty, if you want to sleep, if you just out of bed, every condition of these is sort of energy is emitted from your body, and you can concentrate it with your mind. This is very beautiful. Thank you. This is very beautiful what you do.
This is the purpose. It's for I have a package of so many feel and feeling, emotion, and I try to not separate, distinct one and another, producing one or another.
But you know, everyone have his own strength of your emotion, and if you're going this way of experimenting all this kind of field, you need to categorize all this energy fields, and from there we can also go with you and we experiment the same thing what you do.
I don't want to set this goal for my, for example, when it's I'm hungry, not hungry, sad or another thing, because my wife will, you know, look in Coil, Dan, what's happened? Thank you, Gerald.
Thank you, my friend. Well done.
I don't know, Adrian, have to say something.
Yes, good morning to all. I'm Adrian from Romania. I am to show you today 5 pictures. I'm in my house. Exist many magab functionally and many structures. This magab functional in these structures in group. I dismantled two to show them of Keshe Foundation annual meeting last week in Bucharest. On this occasion, I looked into them to see for maintenance from devices. My magraphs is constructed in different construction. For example, I am magraphs construct with Keshe Foundation blueprint. I am magraph construct with Paul with Togo method. I am many magraphs. One magraph not is with two. Ce s-a întâmplat?
What's happened?
Yes, on this occasion. I am measuring am măsurat cu multe aparate de măsură.
I have measured with a lot of measuring devices.
Yes, thank you. Ce am constatat?
And I have found out that
nefiind alimentate la energie electrică cu același aparat.
If they weren't powered by the same power supply,
care ați văzut măsurătorile făcute de Angelo Dau la Bran.
yes, as you have seen Angelo's measurements in Bran,
am constatat că aceste magravuri prezintă câmp magnetic.
we have discovered that these magraph devices have magnetical field.
Acest lucru l-am făcut acum 2 ore. Nu am apucat să fac un film despre ele, dar să vă arăt 5 poze pe care am apucat să le fac și să le trimit către colegii noștri.
I have done this measurement a few hours ago. I will create a movie about this, but for now, I have to show you a few pictures about it.
Okay. I show for you this picture this moment. In this picture, it's magrav with two stacker and a single ball. Look here. This is magnetical field with vertical position with measurement apparat. No, sorry. No. And this is horizontal measurement from magraph coils. Okay. And this is another magraph. It's manufactured from Coil with Togo method. This is your vertical field. Now it is. Where is?
Excuse me, we're getting a lot of feedback through Marius, through your speaker. If you turn your speakers down or use a headphone, that'd be better. Or mute when you're not speaking. Thank you.
Ok, n-am înțeles Marius ce a spus.
Îi se închide microfonul Marius în momentul în care nu vorbește și nu traduce ca să nu se mai facă microfonie.
Ok. And this is two magrav from method with Paul with Togo, and the field horizontally is aproape null. It don't exist. Marius, trebuie să mă ajuți. La întâlnirea următoare o să fac un filmuleț și o să vă prezint toate magravurile, toate construcțiile lor, ce câmpuri prezintă. Acest aparat pe care l-ați văzut acum, care l-am descoperit întâmplător, eu când am văzut, uitați-vă, că are o zonă deasupra în care este câmp electromagnetic și jos este câmp magnetic.
Adrian said these are not the measurements that he covered in these pictures. He has a lot more to show, and he will create a video about all of these, and we will have future meetings to measure all that again and come up with more results.
Pentru mine a fost ceva, nu știu cum să vă spun, wow, când am văzut că am pus lângă niște magravuri un anume aparat, nu contează care este, și când am văzut că detectează ceva, a fost ceva de wow, ce se întâmplă aici?
Adi, fraze scurte ca să traducă.
Am înțeles.
Adrian was very impressed when he used many measurement devices around MAGRAV coils and MAGRAV power units.
Și pentru mine a fost ceva așa, wow, când am văzut că un aparat care măsoară ceva din fizicalitate detectează ceva în magravurile mele care nu sunt alimentate de energie.
So he was very impressed by the fact that devices that measure fields in physicality can detect some fields that are coming from devices that are not connected to physical power supplies, so to say, but they can measure some existing fields.
Din ceea ce am văzut eu, am constatat că pot exista aparate de măsură din fizicalitate, cum există, după părerea mea, acest aparat, care se comportă ca o antenă dipol și poate vedea câmpurile diferite pe care le generează acest sistem al nostru de tip MAGRAV.
So he discovered that we can use measurement devices that act like bipolar antennas, if I'm correct,
Yes, correct,
to measure the existing of the fields surrounding these MAGRAV devices.
Okay. This is my discovery. Asta este ceea ce am găsit astăzi, de acum 2 ore, și am ținut să o împărtășesc cu voi. Până acum nu am văzut așa ceva nicăieri, cineva care să vină să arate un câmp măsurabil cumva într-un MAGRAV nealimentat.
He was very impressed that he discovered this a few hours ago, and it's the first time he shows this to us, and he's very impressed that nobody came until now to show this to us.
Thank you, Marius, for this support and the night. Okay.
No problem.
This is my discovery for you, for all. Thank you.
Thank you. We're learning together. This is beautiful. Who's up next, Flint? Is it Fernando?
Yeah, Fernando, is he there? And then perhaps we could ask John to translate.
Yep, he's here. At least I see he's still.
You hear, John?
John, can you translate if Fernando speaks for us? Can you translate for us? Hello?
Maybe not. Anybody else know Spanish?
I understand, but I'm not sure it's so accurate.
Yeah.
Better from another Ursula or John or somebody else. I don't know. I can try.
Well, Fernando hasn't opened up his mic yet, so he may be busy
Well,
himself.
he's waiting for. Well, he's probably waiting for someone to talk in Spanish to him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
John Wells, are you around? Okay,
Oh,
I
okay.
guess.
We'll try him a little bit later.
Okay.
Jalal, you're
Is
up next.
Fernando there at all?
He's there, but he hasn't opened his mic to indicate that he's.
Okay.
And we don't have any.
Here I am.
Hey, there you are.
Okay.
What are you up to?
Well, we were.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, we're encouraging Fernando. He has something he wishes to show. He has some pictures and a sharing to give us. But if you could maybe invite him in Spanish, maybe that will bring his attention.
He's a bit out of his track lately. I don't know if or is he volunteering?
Well, he sent us some pictures that he wanted to talk about.
I have to take my daughter to school right now.
Okay, no problem. Then
I'll find out because he was a bit what will you say?
delicate. Why don't we just say delicate?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, no problem. I think we have Jalal that wanted to do a sharing. Is that correct, Flint?
I'll be back in about 10 minutes, so if you're still there.
Okay, we'll try then.
Fine.
Thanks,
Yeah,
John.
we'll try then. Thanks. Jalal, you have the floor.
I have the sky.
Yeah. Maybe the moon.
Okay. I will share with you a beautiful story. Happens before 9 days. You have the picture, Flint?
Yeah. Let me get him ready. It's like,
okay, let me speak and then you can bring it the...
Yeah, I'll be just a minute here.
Yes. Okay, guys. Hello. My name is Jalal. I am Knowledge Seekers with Keshe Foundation, and I am presenting the Arabic language teacher. And I did have some beautiful information about flying object, and this flying object, it's seen from 2 children, 9 years old and 5 years old. And this child, she drew the object with full colors in it, with full details. And the father and the mother, they were also present, but they didn't see anything because they were inside the house, but they likely they heard the noise. And what you see here, this is the draw, what the mother drew it for the child, and this is in the middle. This is what the child, she drew, that the object came. And the first picture, where is the playground, the children were inside. I will annotate that you can see. The children were here playing, both of them. And suddenly they heard a jet sound with the whistle. This is what the father and the mother cleared to me that they hear. And there's addition in this story, and I will come to it after that.
We don't see any annotation.
You don't see the annotation?
No.
Maybe it's coming.
You mean the green marks?
Yes.
On the, yeah, we see them. Maybe Flint just not used to seeing them. That's where the children are, where the green marks are.
Yes, yes.
On the trampoline.
I can maybe change the color.
Oh.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's happened. Sometimes it's happened.
I think the planets are doing something crazy today. I really do.
No, it's just that my eyes didn't catch it. It wasn't. Okay. There we go. See, see your eyes catch that easier. Yeah.
So, the children said that the 5 years old, she didn't say anything. Only she said that she saw a red object. But the 9 years old child, she drew this circle shapes here with this color inside it, and this wasn't lights, it was a pretty color, emitting this kind of colors here. And here is red. And outside the perimeter of it is like a wave, yellow one. And she said it came direct in this position, not straight ahead of them, but a little bit, she said about 1 meter, and then he adjusts itself above here. It came from this direction here, from top down. It was here first, and then adjusts itself here above them, and went straight away in the same direction where he came. And when I spoke to the parents, they told me they hear the jet planes and whistle, but this is different from what they hear normally from jet plane. I went last week to the place, and I tried to feel if there is some fields, but unfortunately the day was very windy, so I cannot say. But only one thing, this sickle here, it was in the same place, they didn't move it. But when I came to this area, this sickle, there is a huge field. It's very powerful. But I cannot really decide saying that there is field, because there is so much wind in that day, so I couldn't distinguish between the wind in my hands and the field. So we leave that. The children and the mother, they weren't there. I spoke to the father, and he said, you know what, the next day my father said that he saw 5 jet planes circling the area, because they live about 200 meters from them, and they were flying because the National Day in Sweden, it was in the 4 days after this day. It was Saturday, and National Day was in Wednesday. So he said he saw jet planes circling the area. And I asked the father, I said, did you really hear a jet plane? He said, yes. And my father told my children that it's only a plane, so don't be afraid, because the children was afraid in the beginning. And then I said, look, don't make the same mistake our fathers done to us. He said, how? I said, every one of us, when we were children, we saw something. But because it was not usual, or it's not natural to see such a things, so your community will not accept it. So they told us, don't see that, this is devil, or this is something you will not understand, because they didn't understand it, and they do not have anything knowing about it. And I said, look, I saw so many videos when a jet plane come in the way that there's an object in the sky. This object, in whether he's going up or he's going down of the way of the flying jet planes. So I said, from my point of view, I'm telling you, what the children saw, it's 100%, this is a solid proof, because she drew it after 10 minutes from the incident. And I said, if she saw an airplane, she know what is the airplane is, and she can identify if there is why she said it's like a ball, why she said there's a plate on it, and she drew it like this. And he said, if you want to believe me, I believed her 100%, but what they speak about it, I must say that. I said, no, this is, from my point of view, this is the opposite. Even, I'm telling you, even there is 99.9% that this, what she drew, it's not an flying object. You need to encourage her. You need to open her vision, because we put it in the old method. We put it that is only, what you call it? It's not real. It's only the imagination. Yeah, imagination. But look, now there is no imagination. What we are studying, what we are experimenting here, plasma is not imagination. For you and the others, yeah, there is imagination, because they do not see the field, they cannot feel the fields, and they don't know how to create the fields. But now we are studying that, we are doing that. And I told him, you yourself, you experimenting the field. He said, yes. So I said, for you, there is a field? He said, yes. And I said, if I tell someone there is a field between this ball and this ball, what he will say? This is your imagination. So I said, even if she is wrong, and if she is only saw an airplane, and she drew this kind of drawing, I'm telling you, I am 100% sure that this object came down because it was in the same position where the jet plane are. So he didn't want, I think, he didn't want to interrupt the way of them, and he went away in the same time. And I said, what you hear? You said there is a whistle. I said, yes, there is a special whistle. I didn't hear it before, only one time. And this was a very special whistle. I didn't hear it even when I hear the jet. And he did saw the jets after in the same day. of the National Day, and he said, this is normal jet. This is, we hear it every time. But that time, was different. And this here, what the girl told her mother, and I asked the mother to draw it in her hand, because what we see here is only circles, and here she drew the fields. If you see here, the fields, what it was, and here she said there is like a smoke, and she drew it in this way. And I asked her, is that like smoke, what you see? So it's not a smoke, but it's like a smoke here in this position. And I said, even if she saw, and there were jet planes in the area, I think 100% what she drew after 10 minutes from the incident, and you couldn't go out, and the mother, she couldn't go out from the kitchen, there is something. And he said, you believe me, I felt there is something. It was not normal. But in the beginning, what she told me, I believed it, and what you explained to me, I believed it. But next day, when my father said there is a jet, and then I doubt. I said, how much you doubt that is an airplane or an object? He said 50-50. I said, for me, it's more than enough. For your daughter, it's more than enough. So don't break her vision, because the children, they have this full spectrum of fields. They can see, they can feel. Don't do the same mistake what our fathers and our ancestors done, because they don't understand it, and they put it in a way that we cannot explore it again. And now we are going back to be a child again, to feel what we have it before. So now, Flint, you see it's not yellow, not green, and you can see all these pictures.
Yes, thank you.
Any questions?
Jalal, you mentioned that, I think it was one of the daughters said that it was like a phosphorescent kind of color.
Yes, yes. She did write it here. Phosphoric color.
And then with that, Alper put in shimmer, so it could have been like a shimmer, right?
Yeah, you mean the like a smoke? Maybe. I don't know. This is what the child drew here, and this is what the mother drew, and the child, she told her how it was.
Right.
But I spoke to her, and I said, she asked the mother, the child. She said, can I speak about it? Maybe they don't believe me. And then I was listening in the telephone. I said, look, tell her I believe her, and I am all the time trying to make one like this, and I will be very happy if she join me and we make one. And she was very happy when she heard this kind of understanding from me. And I said, no, in the country, you push her to see such a things, because she can. She have all the facility to see all these things, because she is pure, she is beautiful. Her energy is very, very wide. She can see everything. She can feel everything. Not like us, contaminated with all these bad feelings. And now they are trying to help her also, not to encourage her to draw it again, and with more thinking what she saw exactly. So we will see in the next days what will come.
Thanks, Jalal. Does anybody have any questions or comments or shares they want to make with Jalal? I'm sure your nieces adore you, Jalal. It's nice to have an adult that wants to be like a child.
Yes.
Sees
Yes.
through the eyes of a child.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I see that Danny has put out a message in Spanish to Fernando. And let's see if he's now available. What do you think?
I'm back, that's why.
Great, John.
I'm just trying to see if Fernando is ready to go next, and maybe John might be able to translate.
Fernando, ¿está disponible?
I can translate if you like.
Good. I doubt Fernando speak Arab.
He will, don't worry.
He's saying that he's come back, so Fernando, hacete presente.
Yeah, ask him to unmute.
¿Podés liberar tu micrófono?
¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes, ¿me escuchan?
Perfectamente, Fernando. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo te va?
¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes. Bien, pues un saludo para todos. Ya mencionaba yo anteriormente, me disculpan, como saben, manejo poco el inglés, pero sí me gustaría presentarles a nivel general, pues algún resultado muy bueno que yo he obtenido con el plasma, ¿verdad?
Yes, he's saying he understands very little English. He always translates. So he wants to present a few cases he's lived through. Sí, adelante, Fernando.
Gracias, John. Bueno, este caso es del señor Rodrigo y pues básicamente él tiene una llaga o tiene varias llagas en sus pies.
¿Es diabético?
No, no es diabético.
Fine.
Tampoco tiene problemas de alta presión. Es precisamente por eso, porque básicamente pues es un procedimiento con CuO2 para eliminar la infección y posteriormente CO2 para recuperar esas células, ¿verdad?
Fine. This man is called Rodrigo, and he had some infections in his feet, his legs, which you can see in these pictures. And he's treated them with copper oxide first, and then with CO2 oxide. Adelante.
Sí, gracias. Y bueno, he tenido algunos otros 2 o 3 casos, como una necrosis o como el del niño ya de las quemaduras en su cara.
Yeah, he's had 2 or 3 instances like this one, and the little kid that he showed previously with burns on his face.
El mínimo común denominador que vemos aquí es el CO2 zinc.
He's treated them all with the zinc oxide.
Y bueno, el cobre, que es un regenerador muscular, y un antibiótico natural.
Yes, and he's treated them also with copper oxide, which is a natural antibiotic.
Bien, este es uno de los casos donde el señor prácticamente en menos de 10 días, por su cuenta, él ha visto los resultados. Esperamos tener solucionado esta llaga en alrededor de un mes o un mes y medio.
Fine. He hopes to have these cases cured within a month and a half with these products.
Bien. Sí, gracias. Cuando tengamos más avances, yo creo que dentro de unos 15 días más podemos pues volver a platicar de esto. Y no solamente este caso, hay muchos casos más con resultados muy buenos, como por ejemplo en las adicciones o en la depresión o también en el posparto. Pero bueno, son algunos de los casos, ¿verdad?, donde hemos tenido buenos resultados.
Ahora, ¿esta necrosis a qué se ha debido ahí, Fernando?
Pues básicamente es la alimentación del señor. Las carnes, el alcohol y el estilo de vida sedentario, pues es lo que provoca una descomposición ahí, pues a nivel físico. Y pues obviamente, como sabemos, las enfermedades son causa del 80% las cuestiones emocionales son causa del 80% de las enfermedades. Entonces aquí el señor se está atendiendo principalmente por sus emociones, por su estilo de alimentación y por recuperar pues el daño físico, ¿verdad? Para recuperar el músculo y como antibiótico natural el cobre, el GANS de cobre, el líquido plasmático de cobre.
Fine. He has several of these cases there. There are people that eat a lot of meat and drink alcohol. I personally have had the case of my brother, but he's died in 2011. So, but he used to have these type of injuries, and he was always boozing. So you can imagine they all end up with problems in their feet and legs. Yes. Sí, le comenté que también mi hermano, que falleció en el 2011, también tenía este problema.
Pues como vemos a nivel general, pues son las emociones y los demás GANs, como el CuO2 o el CH3 o el del calcio, magnesio, son en la salud, bueno, son como secundarios. Principalmente sería el CO2 y el ZNO, ¿verdad?
Sí, así es. He's mentioning that basically the zinc oxide and CO2 and CH3 and copper oxide are the four basic GANs he used to tend to these people. And some of ¿de qué eran los otros GANs que me comentaste? Los dos
Bueno, el GANS de magnesio y el GANS de calcio también son muy importantes para la salud. Uno, el GANS de magnesio es fundamental para fijar el calcio y además el magnesio sirve para el cartílago, para regenerar el cartílago.
Yeah, he uses magnesium and calcium GANs. Magnesium helps fix the calcium in the bones, and well, calcium helps to regenerate the lesions done to bones.
Oh, John?
Yes?
Could you ask Fernando, is this what's considered a diabetic ulcer?
I've asked him that, and he said, no, they're not diabetic people. It's because of booze mainly. I've seen this in my brother, which died some years ago. So, and I always recommended using his urine, but he avoided that, and I had several other friends of mine also. But urine is a gans, a natural gans, which has your own antibiotics, and well, you can cure yourself with that. But many people think it's something you get rid of, and it's your own fix. But well, all these sorts of people that they've always been convinced that that doesn't cure them. But well, it's up to them to decide, isn't it?
Muchas gracias, Fernando, and thank you, John, for translating.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank
Gracias
you,
a ustedes.
Are there more questions for Fernando? Or should we move on to our next testimonial?
Está muy bien. Gracias. Próximamente tendremos nuevos casos de éxito. Gracias.
Gracias a vos, Fernando. ¿Estás bien vos? ¿Andás bien estos días?
Excelente, con mucho trabajo, pero avanzando.
Me alegro.
Por ahora acabamos de tomar 5 personas, 5 voluntarios, con algunos asuntos de adicción, específicamente con la marihuana, y quieren probar el plasma por el medio del sistema de respiración y oral para ver si pueden dejar sus adicciones en 1 mes y medio o 2. Yo me incluyo también en este proceso, ya que todos estamos aprendiendo. Pero ya veremos esto próximamente. 5 personas voluntarios para tratar sus adicciones y lo presentaremos más adelante.
Phenomenal, gracias. Fernando has 4 or 5 cases, and including himself, he's treating with addictions, mainly from marijuana and alcohol. So in the near future, he'll have some more, what do you call it?
Results to share with us?
Exactly. New belonging to these cases.
Excellent. Thank you so much, John. And do we have anybody else that wants to share? Do we have anybody else in the lineup? We are almost at the 2.5 hour mark.
I think we have Marius here.
Oh, good. Yes, Marius. Yes.
Hello, it's me again.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I have a very small testimonial about using the eye drops. So when I first got in touch with the Keshe Foundation technology, I had a few topics of interest, and one of them was improving my seeing. So I have discovered a program that said you can use CO2 water gans in the first 7 days, and then use 3 or 4 drops per day for the next 14 days. And I stopped about here. Then you should add CO2 and zinc and amino acids for the next 7 days. And then the last period mentions adding CH3, but in case you didn't do any operation, surgical intervention. Otherwise, you should only stick with CO2, zinc, and amino acids. I'm not sure how recognized is by the Keshe Foundation, this program, but I tried using just 1 or 2 CO2 drops per day with CO2 water gans very well washed in order to remove the salt completely. And I have seen some improvements of my seeing, and I have recommended this to my family and a few friends. I personally and my wife never felt any pain in the eye, but felt a bit of improvement, and in my case, a bit more of improvement. Some persons in my family, even if they used the same water I was using, they felt a bit of pain of the eye, but they felt seeing improvement as well. And I also gave this water drops to a friend of mine who has an eye problems. He's seeing with the left eye. His left eye is oriented to the left, and his right eye oriented to the right. So he's because of an accident he had, and many medical interventions, but didn't help him, and he felt a lot of muscular tension in one of his eyes. And I recommended this eye drops, CO2 eye drops, from the same water I was using. And he said in the first days he noticed that his muscular tension of the eye glove was reduced. But after a long while of using them, but I don't know if he used more drops or less drops, he started feeling pain, and he quit. But he mentioned something about his wife using them as well, and she also felt improvement, and she was able to watch movie translations, subtitles, without wearing glasses. And I think it's clear that it worked with or without pain. And I don't know if anyone knows why the pain, and if it's good or it's not good to feel pain in order to continue or not the treatment with eye drops.
Are you a medical doctor?
I certainly am not. Sorry.
Well, the medical applications should actually be done with the medical, on the medical side of the Keshe Foundation, because we don't know what's in your drops. We don't know how you made your GANs, whether there's any other things involved with it. Maybe the zinc you used had some lead in it, for example, and maybe that was part of the formula and it wasn't completely washed out. It's difficult to say because each situation is completely different. We don't have a standardized necessarily GANSs that are involved and so on, and standardized tests, and we shouldn't really be testing on friends and family and ourselves, especially when there's pain involved. You should not be experiencing pain, in my estimation, in your eyes by using eye drops. That does not seem correct. That means the formula is not correct. Something's not balanced. To me, I'm not a medical professional either, and that's why we have a bunch of non-professionals discussing a medical issue here, and that's not really okay in the testimonials as far as I know. We were told earlier in the management meeting today that even just a MagGrav system that's according to certain plans and so on that you sit in and meditate in and so on, it's actually a medical device, not people play with it and experiment with it and have various good results and sometimes not good results, but mainly good results, like you're seeing improved. How can you argue with that? But what if there's a long-term problem that turns up or something? We don't really know without doing the proper testing. So I'm not sure what the results of the Keshe Foundation testing is. That's on the medical side and might be private information until they're ready to make it public. So it'd be good to connect with the medical side for medical applications. There's private workshops for that. It can be done through doctors and so on. It gets a little tricky, I guess, with what we can present as a testimonial and have it, under the umbrella of the Keshe Foundation public teaching. So,
thank you, Rick. I think
I can help fill in about that. That perspective just came up for me right now. So
I agree with everything you said. I must mention that all I did for myself was my own responsibility, and people who found out that it worked for me, they wanted as well to try it. So I didn't give it to them by force. So if they felt it's not good for them, they stopped using them. But of course, it feels a need of a medical doctor to analyze what happened there and tell us what we need to do from now on. And yes, I perfectly agree about that. Thank you very much.
You could contact Dr. Klaus perhaps, and he can direct or maybe give some information about that whole subject as well. Thank you.
Thank you as well. And I wanted to add that even if it's a great result or not great result, probably it would have come up to this. And it's good that people that found out about this experiment to be more careful, and we share all the results, even if they are great or not great, but we learn from all of that. So thank you very much.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, everyone, for your wonderful testimonials. Thank you. We just find out now when we're going to meet again. Flint, would you have the date by any chance?
Yes, it would be Monday, July 9th.
Wonderful, thank you.
Same time, same room, or Zoom ID, which is on the screen there. Yes. So bring all of your wonderful testimonials then. Yes, John?
That's our national day, 9th of July.
Oh.
Independence Day.
Wonderful.
You've got the 4th of July, we've got the 9th.
Yep.
Look to the sky then.
Yep, we might see Jalal coming over.
I would say let's all look into the GANs.
Flint, you will be with me. Don't worry.
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, thank you all for coming. This has been another wonderful revealing of everybody's testimonials. Nice to hear all of the good news over the last month. So this has been the Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute, 19th International Testimonial Meeting for Monday, June 11th, 2018. We'll see you next month, Monday, July 9th, 8 p.m. Central European Time. See you all then. Bye for now.
Sound is missing.
Sorry about that. I'll actually start that over again. Helps to have the sound
That was
shared.
kind of nice without the sound, actually. Thanks, Flint.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Hello.
Rick.
We are the Keshe Foundation. Our mission is to bring peace on Earth and join humanity with the universal community. We wish and work to bring man as equal to all beings in the universe. By teaching plasma science and technology equally to everyone, no one is left out and no one is abused due to lack of knowledge. By donating to us, you can help achieve this goal. keshefoundation.org/donate.
Fallen asleep, Flint, or do you want me to?
No, I need about 30 seconds of silence here to let the streams end.
Ah, fine, thank you. Sorry.